Welcome to episode 16 of B.M.B. podcast.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. Driving age. Rolling in the caddy. Diamond in the back. Sunroof top.
Drop top.
Digging in the scene with my gangster lane.
Ooh.
Yeah. My name's BJ.
This is Mike.
And that's it.
That's all.
Mr. Landrum is probably hungover from 4th.
Probably. It's a little too hot for him being on top of those roofs, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, you get burnt out, man.
Yeah, I feel bad for him for Friday, though.
Oh, yeah.
111.
You know, being on top of a hot roof, too. Or if he's in the attic, too, it's going to be worse.
Oh, no. He better have, like, bottles on bottles on bottles of water.
I would need to change your underwear.
Don't tell him we're a thong or what?
Something, man. I'd be sweating. It can't be 108, you know, be on the roof, man.
Nah, fuck that. Nah, that's crazy, though. But, yeah, you know, 4th of July was yesterday. It was, whatever.
It's always rough during the weekday, you know?
Yeah, like Wednesday, like 4th of July on a Wednesday. That's just
really?
That's like one of the worst days to have a holiday, honestly.
Well, oh yeah, but you know what was insane? Me and Laura, we drove from Corona to Fontana, and it was literally, the freeways was a ghost town. It felt like almost like an apocalypse, like those apocalypse movies.
Yeah,
like there's always somebody on the 15. You know, you can't get on the 15 and get to the 91 from where I'm at in like 10 minutes. That just doesn't happen. You know.
Yeah.
There was nobody on the roads. We went to Stater Brothers. I was scared. We went to Stater Brothers. I thought it was going to be a madhouse. There was nobody. Damn. I don't know what it was.
Probably people got all their shopping done the day before, and they were like, they probably were already out where they were going to be.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I told Laura. I says, you know, sometimes people do like 4th of July, like they're day drinking, you know? Mm-hmm. People are there before because like we didn't get to the place until like 7.
Oh, okay.
So we were starting to drive around like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it was pretty trippy.
Yeah. I know traffic going to work for me in the morning was a breeze. It was just like, damn, ain't nobody on the freeway.
What about when you came back?
When I came back, it was kind of, it was a little bit better than usual.
Okay.
It was a little bit better than usual. But yeah,
what'd you end up doing?
Well, when I got home, I got a text from my neighbor actually when I was still working. He was like, "You going to the pool?" And I was like, "When I get home from work, yeah, I can go."
Hey, I got a pool at my work.
Yeah, no pool at work. But he was like, he's like, "Okay, we're grilling." I was like, "Cool."
Oh hell yeah!
So I got home. You know, I picked up some ice on my way home, and I was like, "I'm just gonna bring all the beer that been sitting in my fridge, not being drank."
all the stragglers, or
all the stragglers, yeah. All the lonely beers in there, like nobody loves me.
I'm still back here.
I'm tasty. And you know, I haven't used my ice chest in a year and a half. My own ice chest. Like it's been sitting in my room for a long time, and I haven't even. I think I bought it when I went to Vegas. Yeah. And that was like a year and a half ago, and I haven't used it since.
Oh my god!
So I was like, let me just get it, put ice in it. So I got all the beers, went to the pool. Neighbors started grilling. You know, I was in the pool for a little bit, having fun. A bunch of kids over there and other adults that I know.
Do you guys have? Is your pool or is your barbecue at your pool? Or
no, we don't have a barbecue in the pool. People they brought theirs in there. Like they had like those camping portable propane ones.
Okay, gotcha.
But it was like one with a stand. It was kind of. I mean, it was good. It was all right.
Nice.
You know, so I did that, drank some beers, and just chill, talk to neighbors, got in the pool a little bit. Just chit chat, and then I had to cut it short because I was like, I can't stay up and wait for fireworks or drink more because I got to go work in the morning.
Right back at it.
Yeah, that's what kind of sucks, having the 4th on the damn Wednesday.
Yeah, that's never really good that way.
Yeah.
I was lucky where, actually, now that I think about it, we might have been passing in the night.
Yeah.
When I was coming home, you were probably going to work.
Oh, probably so.
Yeah, we just went over to Laura's cousin Louie's house.
Uh-huh.
And they just, out in Fontana, you know, they got all the legals. Not the Mexicans, I'm sorry, the legal fireworks.
I was about to say, I get racist over here. All the illegals. Are you pro-Trump or what?
Shots fired. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
They have the legal
fireworks. I got you. You got to be more specific.
Oh man, get myself in trouble.
Yeah.
So that they have all these illegal fireworks, So it's not even, we had 2 boxes. Neighbors, their neighbors had a bunch of boxes. So all you just see is everywhere. It's just all these things going off. It was pretty fun and insane. But we were just sitting there, just drinking, having a good time, barbecuing and stuff. And I was supposed to go to work in the morning, but I wasn't supposed to be out till 3:00 in the morning. But we had a really good time, And so next thing I know, it's 3:00 and we're driving home.
God damn.
No, tell me about it.
I can't remember. Well, no, I can't remember the last time I stayed up till 3:00.
Hey, nothing good happens after 2:00. You got to get home.
I think I do. Yeah, when I was sick a week ago, I couldn't go to sleep.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, but I'm good. I feel
you better,
like 95% there.
Yeah,
I'm good now. So feeling good. But when I did leave the pool and went back to my house, I was trying to fall asleep, but then I started hearing fireworks right outside my window.
Okay.
So somebody probably had some fireworks and they're popping them off. But I didn't go outside and look. I was like, I mean, I see fireworks every year. What's going to be the difference?
Yeah, it's all the same.
I was listening to sports radio, and one of the hosts was talking about how, why can't the fireworks show be the grand finale the whole way through? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, why can't it?
Right.
That'll be pretty dope. You're just getting like the greatest fireworks show all the way through, not just like you have a couple of them and you're like, oh, and then some of them are like, and then at the end, that's what everybody's waiting for, the grand finale. Like, why can't it be like the whole goddamn show?
Probably just because it would be like
overkill.
Maybe just like so much money though too.
Oh, that's true. But there's some rich people out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We went to one in Fallbrook 2 years ago. Laura says it was just, how's this politely? There was a lot of white people there, and
okay.
we were eating food, and we would sit down. I didn't notice it, but she noticed it. Like we would sit down, and all the tables were full, but nobody was sitting with us. There was people that needed seats that were passing us that weren't sitting down, and it never dawned on me, like, she's like, they weren't sitting with us because we were Mexican. I'm like, no, that's not why they weren't sitting with us. Who knows? Maybe they had friends or they were going over like other places.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a really nice fireworks show though.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was out in Fallbrook. It was like a mansion, this house that they rent out, and we must have paid like $125, But you get food, you get drinks, you get this whole nine. They have a concert, all this stuff.
Damn.
It was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that same note though, I can only imagine like if they can let that amount of fireworks off throughout that whole time. I guess it would probably. I mean, it was like a 20-minute show.
Yeah.
To some degree. And with a crazy ending, but like I bet if you did it all, crammed it all together, it'd probably be like just a 7-minute show if everything was the finale.
That's a 20-minute finale.
Damn.
Look,
I'm down for it.
If I ever get rich, that's
okay.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll note it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna get rich, but if I do, it's gonna be the fireworks show hosted by BJ, grand finale all the way through.
20-minute. I'm gonna hold you to it.
20-minute grand finale.
All right.
Yeah, so it's probably gonna cost me like 500 G's.
Will you sit at my table with me?
I'll join you at your table, man.
Nice.
Diversity, baby.
Yeah.
We need diversity in this world.
2018.
I know one thing I want to talk about before we move on to the TV was the past 4th of July. Like what did you do back in the day? Did you pop firecrackers or whatnot?
Yeah, we used to. I know. I think I jumped right out of that topic.
No, it's all good.
Lakers. The
Lakers fireworks.
Yeah, they did fireworks. We would go over to a neighbor's house across the street, Primo's, and Primo was that guy that got stuff. Like he had connections, things would fall off of trucks. So
yeah, I got you.
He was that kind of guy, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we'd have a lot of great fireworks. So we would just go over to his house right across the street from my mom's house and literally just light fireworks off.
Nice.
The whole time, you know, he would just have like a couple cannons right there, and it was that time when it wasn't illegal, it wasn't anything. They were just lighting them off like nothing, you know.
Yeah.
They would get, I think our parents would get so drunk and crazy, they would get the Roman candles and they would stand across the street from each other and shoot them at each other.
What the hell?
yeah, just crazy drunk people, you know?
Yeah.
So we would do that a lot growing up as kids. My dad's house out in Garden Grove, when we got a little bit older, I would go out there and light a lot of fireworks off with family. And then now recently, we've kind of just been going to Fontana these last two, and then or me and Laura just trying to find different shows, you know, here and there to watch. Yeah. But that's always rough too, because everybody has a show, and then it's like packed everywhere. Then the people that live in that city know where they should be sitting. They get there early, you know, so you're always at a disadvantage, you know.
That's true.
How about you?
That's true. Well, I live in a rural area, so we couldn't light fireworks there because we'd have burnt up the fucking neighborhood. But when I did go light fireworks, I would go to my aunt's house in L.A. Okay. And yeah, you can pop fire. I think you still can. Certain areas in L.A. County, you still can pop fireworks. Yeah. But not anymore where she lives at. But you used to. So I'd go out there, and my dad would buy. You know, they had fireworks stands everywhere in L.A. back then. Everywhere. So you just buy some fireworks, and then like black cats and stuff like that. So I used to pop fireworks over there, and then I remember when one of my dad's ex-girlfriends went to her house and we popped fireworks. Her son, she had some sons. They're a couple years. One was a couple years older than me, and one was like, I don't know, maybe about he was about 10 years older than me or so. Okay. And this fool came out of his room because we were out, and he was like, look what I got. Shit was like a half a stick of dynamite.
Oh my gosh.
It looked like, I was like, where the hell did you get that from? He's like, it's about to go
like
off.
A cartoon stick of dynamite?
Yeah, he was like, he's about to go. He was like, yeah, it was like, he's about to go off tonight. I'm like, shit, you gonna blow up somebody's car or your hand or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, that thing was huge, we're popping off M80s, which was fine, but that thing was like a half a stick of dynamite. I'm like, what the hell you get that from? Yeah, shit was crazy. But yeah, that's what we did. And, if we didn't pop fireworks, my dad usually always barbecued.
Well, you can't. What happened? Did he light it off?
No, you know what? Sorry, I'm all skipping. I'm
like, you got me all at the edge of the seat. I want to know what happened. Did a car blow up? Did he kill somebody?
No, you know what? He had it, but he didn't. It never got to the point where he lit it, I guess. Okay. I don't remember it going off that night, but I just remember him coming out the room showing me. I thought that was the biggest firecracker I ever saw in my life. It's like, what the fuck is that? I'm thinking, I was like, shit. But no, I don't. Maybe he did later, because I think my dad, we left. Oh, okay. That night we went back home because she lived in Carson. Oh yeah. And we went back to I was living all the way in Meadowbrook, represent, back in Paris area. So maybe he did after we left, but yeah, that shit was crazy. I wish I was able to stay and see that. Yeah. Yeah, but
it's a pothole now.
I know, huh? You have the people over there fixing the street the next day and shit. Oh man. Yeah, that happened to my brother. My brother Jojo. I wasn't there that 4th of July, but I think for some reason, he lit a firework and he tried to throw it, but for some reason, I don't know how, it kind of got stuck in his hands. Yeah, ooh.
Yeah, and it went off. I think it was like a sparkler or it was a flasher, that's right. Okay. I don't know if when he threw it, did because they kind of have big wicks, pretty thick wicks, those sparklers. Yeah. I think it got caught in his hands, and then it went off on his hands, and it literally like melted like 3 fingers together. And he had to go to the emergency room, and they had to like cut it out, like cut his fingers apart, because they like burnt together.
Ooh.
Yeah. He wasn't allowed to light fireworks the next year.
I bet not.
No.
I bet not. That's like there's this professional football player. I can't believe I forgot his name. Whatever his name. He has some damn French name, but black French name.
French Montana?
Yeah, French Montana. Pierre Paul, something like that. He a couple years ago playing with firecrackers, and one went off on his hand, and his hand got destroyed.
Damn.
Destroyed his hand.
What position did he play?
He was the defensive end for the New York Giants. And his hand today is still jacked up. So people thought he was a good player too. People thought, oh, okay, he's done. He got one hand. He's not gonna be able to do much. But he had it. He wears like some kind of cast on his hand, and he came back, and he's still playing today.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still playing, but he put something out, I guess, yesterday about kids. People be careful, and he actually showed a picture of his hand, and people were like, it looked like one of those Hollywood. Like they did some makeup thing and to make it have a bad hand.
Yeah.
But that's actually his real messed up hand.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that's a good PSA.
Yeah, it's like this could happen to you. Yeah. So. Yeah, you gotta be careful with those fireworks, man.
Oh yeah, it's no joke.
Nah.
Especially with like some of these people just let these kids go. There's alcohol, involved, and parents are preoccupied talking and doing whatnot, and kids are out there playing around, and playing with these toys, or these aren't even toys, playing with these fireworks, so they should definitely be supervised by adults,
No, that's true.
It's scary sometimes.
No, that's definitely true.
I'm like unattended children.
I haven't popped firecrackers probably since I was shit. No, I can't lie. 3 years ago, I went to there's this they have this is Lake Elsinore.
Yeah.
They have a fireworks show, and if you go to a certain area around the lake, it's called it's a park you go to, and it actually has like sand, like a beach kind of where people can go and like probably get in the water and it have like sand, so people go there, they chill and they watch the fireworks show, but also you're allowed to pop fireworks because it's sand.
Okay.
So, I remember my homie, I haven't seen him in a long time. He used to hang out in high school. And me, him, and actually his wife now, we all hung out and back in high school. But so it was me, him, like their kids and brothers and sisters. We all went. And this guy he got a lot of fireworks from Mexico. I mean, a lot. And so we're just lighting them off the whole night. Sometimes some of the fireworks, even ours or other people were lighting them off, were better than the shows.
Oh man!
Yeah, like he got some like ridiculous, like good fireworks. I was like, damn, how you get these? How much you pay? Like he seemed like he bought like $300 worth of fireworks. And that's what it looked like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was last time. But before that, I hadn't popped them probably since I was like 9.
Yeah, I used to love doing it when I was a little kid. Now I kind of just sit back and let everybody else do it.
Oh, yeah, I'd rather I'm not going to burn my hand off.
Yeah, no.
That's for the kids to figure out. That's adults like, shit, I ain't going to burn my hand up.
I'll drive you to the emergency room.
Yeah. So, 4th of July. Hot as shit, though.
Yep, hopefully everybody was safe.
Yeah, hopefully,
We don't know. We haven't heard from Brian, so maybe he wasn't safe. Maybe he burnt his hands.
He could have, looking like Jason Pierre-Paul, you know what I'm saying? Hand off.
Yep.
Lakers pulled off. Look, Lakers has been disappointing my ass for the last 5 years. Not making the playoffs and just playing shitty. And I had hopes. I mean, I was thinking, okay, we got Magic Johnson, president of operations. Everybody loves Magic. We have a possibility of getting LeBron. They've been talking about it, and I still was like, I wasn't going to be like, yeah, well, he's coming. We're getting LeBron. I had to wait till it actually happened.
Yeah.
So that whole when free agency hit last Saturday. No, Sunday midnight. Saturday to Monday. Saturday to Sunday.
Yeah.
At midnight, you can start talking to free agents, and so it was 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. Western. So when 9 hit, I was on Twitter. I had ESPN on. I had NBA TV on. I was going through my Instagram because I follow like sports things on Instagram, on Facebook. So I was going through all the social media, TV, and everything, just trying to see what are we hearing? What are we hearing? Who's going there? You know. So the one thing that pissed me off, well, it didn't piss me off, but I was like, okay, that's fine. Paul George was somebody who they said they thought that the Lakers were going to get. And Paul George is a decent player. He's not as good as LeBron, but he's a decent player. And they saying that he was going to go to the Lakers. He ended up staying with Oklahoma Thunder. And I was like, shit, well, that's fine. Let's see if we still can get LeBron. So he re-signed with the team, and then I was like, fuck. Then when I saw, where was I at? I was at the pool. Yeah, was I at the pool? Yeah. What the fuck, where was I at? Yeah, I was at the pool. I think so. Can't remember. I'm getting old. But, yeah, they said the Lakers got LeBron. I fucking flipped. I never, let me see here. I'm a Laker fan. And LeBron never played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I didn't really give too much shits about LeBron.
Yeah.
He's a great player, but there's some things I didn't like about him. And I had mixed emotions about him signing. But then when he finally got signed, I was like, okay, he's on my team, so I'm going to have to root for him. He is a great player. I can't lie.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have to ride with him. And this is probably the biggest signing the Lakers has had since they signed Shaq back in the mid-90s. So,
damn.
I mean, people are going crazy. You can get a lot of bandwagon fans back on the Lakers bandwagon again.
Yeah.
I mean, so big things. Ticket prices $545 for nosebleeds. If you Laker fans out there want to go to a game,
you gotta pay for LeBron.
So you better start saving up now in the summer. Do some summer jobs, cut some grass. You know what I'm saying?
Saving your pennies, start an Indiegogo.
Wash some cars. Donate some sperm or whatever you gotta do to get money.
Lemonade stand.
Yeah, lemonade stand. You know.
So you thought he wasn't going to come over unless they got some other big players?
Though. I thought because LeBron kind of that's his thing.
Yeah, he wants a ring, right?
He wants to play with other stars. He can't do it on his own.
Okay.
So that's what it seems like to me. So I thought he was going to wait to see if the Lakers were going to get somebody else big and then he'll sign. But I think he did it for his family. His family, he has 2 mansions in L.A. Mm-hmm. Supposedly his son enrolled in a private school in L.A. where other NBA players' sons play high school basketball. And his son's pretty good. His son's going into 8th grade, I guess.
All right.
And so I'm thinking this time he's doing it for his family.
Okay.
Yeah, so. But no, I mean, shit. I'm just going to be happy. Lakers finally going to make the damn playoffs. It's been a while, you know.
Been a while.
They're not going to compete for a championship this year. But, the offseason's still going. You never know. They could get somebody else or trade.
Yeah, that's true.
Or whatnot. But, yeah, Lake Show is back. I'm excited. Not a bandwagon fan. Been a Laker fan since the 80s. So, I've been through the ups and downs. I'm just happy this 5 years of hell is going to be over with.
That's exciting, though, too. Just getting another big player like that, to come over again,
Yeah, yeah, shit, It's just like when you guys drafted Bo Jackson back in the day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bo knows,
He does.
Yeah.
He knows arrows, too.
Yeah, he does, man. But I was pissed off, though, because one player that the Lakers could have got, they didn't, was Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins. He went to the fucking Warriors. and the Warriors are already damn good, and now they're just it's like a all-star team. They got 5 all-stars now. It's like how's anybody gonna compete with the Warriors?
Yeah,
they're just too damn good. But I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, the off season's not over yet. There still could be some willing and dealing going on. Lakers probably could pick up somebody else. I was hoping they're going to trade for Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs because he's not happy with the Spurs and he wants to play in LA. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But the Lake Show is back. All you damn Laker haters, keep hating because we gonna be running the NBA the next few years.
Sounds like it, man.
You know, so it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sneak in Staples Center somehow. Yep. You know, put on those red suits like all the ushers and stuff be wearing there.
Well, like you snuck in last time to that one.
Yeah, the air show.
Yeah.
just rolled up in there. I didn't know it was $25. Was it $25?
The place.
Yeah, well, I think it was like $25. I don't know how much, 15 or 25. I didn't know where I had to pay. I just I saw an open gate and I was like, okay, I'm walking in right here, I guess.
Nobody asked me nothing.
Nobody said shit. They said it's gonna be a little harder in the Staples Center though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot harder. So, but I don't know. Maybe I meet some celebrities, win some tickets, or I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
I'll find out a way though.
Win a contest on a radio show.
Yeah, I should. You know, I do listen to a lot of radio, so
there you go.
I have radio's phone numbers in my phone forever, but I think I called once, but it was busy.
Yeah, you know what? I think I got into something one time. I think it was a serious radio TV show that I got into, but never like a terrestrial radio.
Yeah,
I got into one of those.
Yeah, I got it one time, and he's like, it was a sports radio. And I was like, yeah, I want him to talk to. It was this guy named Ben Maller. He still does late. This was when I used to work nights, and and he would be on from like 11 a.m. to like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I get off work, I would listen to him because I get off around that time.
Yeah.
And I called, and I finally got through one day. And they're like, well, what do you want to ask Ben? I was like, oh, let me talk to him about this and this. Okay, have you on hold and forever. For like 30 minutes. I was like, nah. I hung up. I was like, I don't got time for this. I don't got time for this. It's too long. I was tired, too, from work. I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go to bed. But yeah, it's hard to get in a radio station, though. To get on air or talk. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how people do it. Some people, they get on all the time. But I guess they're like regulars.
They get tickets, all that whole thing, all the damn time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just crazy. But yeah, man, you know, like I say every time on the podcast, I don't watch shit.
And I don't know too much about sports.
You know, I don't watch too much TV or whatnot, but I do watch a lot of YouTube. And there's something on YouTube, it's a series that I watch. It's called The Barn Find Hunter, and you know what? It's about cars, right?
Okay.
But I mean, I'm not known as a big car guy, but I do like classic cars.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to go to the I didn't go last year, but for like 5 years in a row, I was going to the car show in LA.
Yeah.
And I like, you know, seeing classic cars all done up or whatnot. So this guy goes around the United States looking for, like, they call barn finds. Like, you go, like, old lots of barns, they have, like, old cars in there, old classic cars.
Mm-hmm.
So he would go finding, like, looking for, like, beat-up old cars that like, some of them could be rare, like, rare finds that if somebody wants to buy them, they can fix them up and sell them for a lot more. He's not really finding like all done up, you know, put together ones. These are like freaking junked up old classic cars. And he's a cool guy, and like he goes like, you know, California, Texas, East Coast, wherever, and he gets tips. He's funny because he said he can go to a town and not know anybody, right? And he'll just go like a diner or something, start talking to people, and then he'll be like, people become friendly and they be like, yeah, you know anybody with any old cars? They go, oh yeah, such and such live over there, has a bunch of old cars. And then he has he has his film crew, so they go and boom, he starts talking to the guy and they start showing these old cars and this guy has so much knowledge on these cars.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Like because I think he used to work in NASCAR.
Okay.
So like the behind the scenes part, like building cars and stuff like that. So he has a lot of knowledge. So it's funny. He can be like, yeah, this car is a 62, blah, blah, whatever, and such engine, and only this year they had these. I'm like, God damn, how the hell you know all that?
I got all that knowledge.
Yeah, so, yeah, to me, it's pretty interesting. It's something that I wouldn't think I would like to watch, but I saw an episode, and every time one comes on, I check it out. I mean, they're short. They're only like, sometimes, 15, 20 minutes.
15, yeah, right?
Yeah, it's not that long, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting for me. If somebody that loves old cars and wants to check it out, so.
Yeah, just subscribe to his page. Just popped in here. Looks like he's got some cool stuff.
Yeah, very cool.
I like those ones, like when they used to go through the junkyards and find stuff and redo them and sell them. I like those types of things. So this is right up my alley. Yeah,
and my boss at work, he does that stuff. He gets old cars and he fixes them up.
Oh, nice.
So he's a big time. He's in that age where that's what they did back in the day.
Yeah.
They had but they have the hell you call it? Auto shop in high school.
Oh yeah.
Back in those days, so he said he had auto shop and he's been building cars and working on cars since he was even before a teenager. He said he just loves cars. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you guys. Car guys out there our girls, sorry, don't let me discriminate, want like checking out old cars and stuff like that, the Barn Find Hunter, check it out on YouTube.
I'll have to watch a couple of those.
Yeah. Pretty cool guy, though.
Yeah. So we went and watched Won't You Be My Neighbor, the documentary on Mr. Rogers. That was really good. It was actually really interesting. It was kind of disappointing because there wasn't a lot of people there. I mean, we went probably at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. But what was really interesting was everybody that was there that stayed was at least were all older than me and Laura, dramatically.
Yeah. Okay.
And what was very interesting is I've never seen anybody stay till the ending credits. Yeah. If it wasn't a Marvel movie, nobody left the theater. We know we weren't getting anything at the end of it, but we all just like sat there and everybody just sat there and watched all the credits. It was really weird and interesting. But the show was really good. Just kind of talked about his whole life and how he became that and his struggles when he was even putting out the show, dealing with not even doing the show anymore, and then coming back to doing the show and all this stuff. And I never knew that he did the same thing that he was trying to do for children. After he stopped the show, he tried to do it for adults. Like he tried to make a show just for adults,
Yeah.
But I don't think it really ever really went anywhere. But it was really cool and interesting, just seeing all the old characters too that were there, the mailman, the police officer, and he did a lot of stuff that I didn't know were so controversial and like pushing the limits, of just like there's a scene where he like bathes with a what was it? I believe it's the cop that's there. And what he's doing there, like not bathe, but I mean just puts his feet in water,
Yeah.
But what he's doing there is there's these things that were going on at the time with civil rights about black people swimming in pools.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And they were fighting about that and saying that you can't do this. One crazy guy that owned a hotel started throwing bleach in the water as people were in there. Yeah. And, so what he was trying to symbolize is just like, hey, you got to love your neighbor and love your people, whoever's with you. And he just, simple things. He's like sitting there just talking about how he enjoys soaking his feet in the water, after a hard day, and he invites the guy to put his feet in there, and you're not even thinking anything about that, probably as a kid,
Yeah.
but as an adult, you're seeing that, and it's just like, it's so strong, it's like so simple of a fact what he's talking about, and just, I don't know, man, it just kills me sometimes, how people can have so much hate, but it's just him just trying to show that stuff is just awesome. And then with kids, how he treats kids, that was beautiful, and all the stuff that he was talking about there, I was just like, we loved it, man. It was awesome. Laura was crying, doing her little crying things every now and then. It was sweet though, like his story, his family, his sons were talking and stuff like that. I definitely can't recommend that documentary enough. That was really good.
Yeah, I want to see it because I watched a lot of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood growing up, and I mean I love the show, and when I heard you told me about the documentary, but I heard about it before because I was hearing about it on the internet from people I follow.
Yeah,
and they're saying you everybody was saying you got to go see the documentary. It was great.
See, that's what I heard too. The same.
Yeah, but it was all from the older people, people older than us talking about it, which I understand because, I mean, when did Mr. Rogers end?
Oh gosh, I think he was
early 90s.
Yeah, he came back. I mean, he had a split for a little while. I don't know the time frames of when he left and came back. Didn't
they have another guy replace him? If I remember,
maybe they tried to. That kind of sounds familiar.
I think they did. I don't know. Do you think did they talk about that in the documentary, or I'm not sure?
No, they didn't talk about anybody else trying to pick it up.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I'll definitely gotta check out that documentary though.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I definitely gotta check it out though. Won't you be my neighbor?
Yeah, we watched. Yeah, actually, sounds like I've been on a documentary kick because today we just, drinking too much last night and trying to recuperate and sit on the couch and chill, and try to get my energy back.
Electrolytes, brother, electrolytes.
I know. Tell me about it, man. I cracked open a can of Coke, man. I needed some type of something in my stomach, besides water.
Yeah.
I wish I had some Gatorade. But we watched HBO's Believer, and that's another documentary about the lead singer of Imagine Dragons. He's a Mormon, and it's just basically going on about him having this concert called Love Life Concert, and it's basically trying to bring light to the Mormon Church about the LGBTQ community and about how they should just be accepting because they're not accepting of them in their church.
Yeah.
And he's a straight man. He's not gay or anything, and he just felt like he feels like he could totally step away from the Mormon faith and just forget all this, and but he feels like if he's there and trying to push the Mormon church to be okay with it, like he has a better stance with him inside the community. So he puts on these concerts and trying to bring light to the Mormon faith, and because I guess every year they have 2 different conferences, and sometimes in those conferences it's really weird. It's almost like a law, They can upheld or they can put amendments to certain things that are in the religion.
Oh, wow.
So what he tries to do is he tried to do this concert right before that,
Yeah.
Because before they were discriminated towards black people, they were strictly kind of more of a polygamy religion, and they've changed those things over time, as society has changed. So now this is all in the light, that with all this LGBTQ stuff is all out there now. So he was hoping to push it and get it turned, but unfortunately it didn't. But now he says that he's going to do this concert every year until it has changed.
That's cool.
So it just kind of goes through the whole thing. It talks about unfortunate stories of kids that have committed suicide. I didn't know Utah has the highest rate of committed suicides within teens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because these kids, they the community completely ostracizes them, when this comes out. They're not welcome. There was even a kid, which was really sad. One of the the guys that was helping put this on, it was his like assistant, that he hired to do this. Mm-hmm. His assistant, throughout the documentary, his brother ends up committing suicide.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like right in the middle of it, and he wasn't gay or anything, but what it was him and his girlfriend at college ended up having sex.
Oh yeah, that's a big no if you're not married.
Yes, and they basically told him, and he was going through college, everything, and they basically told him, well, he basically got banned from the Mormon faith for like 5 years. And as a young kid, I guess it just weighed heavy on him. Everybody, his school started going. I guess he went into like a deep depression and basically ended up committing suicide. So I'm just like, I'm looking at this religion. I'm like, I don't know about the Mormon faith.
That's a tough one. There's a story about the Mormon religion. People that usually go to BYU or the University of Utah, BYU's in Utah too. You have to abide. You might not even be Mormon, but you have to abide by the Mormon rules they have there at the college.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's at BYU mostly.
Yeah, and that's where that's the college that the kid was going to.
Okay, yeah. Well, a basketball player had sex with his girlfriend. They found out, and he got kicked off the team.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Either kicked off or suspended, but yeah, they take that very seriously there. You can't do none of that unless you're married or anything. And I think Utah, a lot of kids get married young there than other states because they don't want to wait.
Yeah, they want to get the boogie on.
Yeah, they want to get their freak on, get your freak on. So, but yeah, that's a very tough religion. But the LGBTQ, a lot of religions, they don't accept them.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough, but but what did God say? Love everybody. Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless, because there was a lot of that going on way, way, way back in the day. So.
Oh yeah, even in the Bible, it talks about men and men.
Yeah.
And they try to. Yeah, I don't even want to get into all that.
Yeah. So, but that's cool. He's trying to do that. Get them to accept.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool of him.
Yeah, I have to check that out. I got HBO, never watch it.
Well, we put it on like our Fire Stick, not our Fire Stick, but like we put it on like I have the NVIDIA Shield, that one, and basically you can get the HBO Go and sign on, so you can kind of watch it. It's kind of like it keeps track of all that stuff. So you can go back and watch The Wire. You can go back and watch everything, because they have that. It's their stuff. It's their property. Uh-huh. So that's how me and Laura, we like to watch John Oliver. So every Monday after Sunday when he comes out, we'll go back and watch it,
Yeah.
So we kind of use that. It's like kind of like Netflix, but for just all the HBO titles.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what? I don't know. Do you have Showtime?
Are you talking about that 50 Cent one?
Yeah. Have you ever watched Power?
AJ told me to watch it he loves that show.
Yeah.
And I think I got maybe 6 episodes in. Mm-hmm. And it's not even that I didn't like it. It's not even that it was bad. I just stopped watching it for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how about you?
I want to check it out because I don't know. They're like on season 5 or 4 now.
Yeah, they're up there.
And I'm like, I mean, I gotta watch it. I'll just to see if I like it.
It's not bad. Try it.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check it out though, because they're promoting like crazy lately. So
and that's that same thing. That's that same thing too. Showtime's got their own app too. Like that's how I was watching it.
Oh, okay.
So you just sign on with your cable provider. Like, what do you guys have? Like FiOS?
Well, I actually have Showtime and HBO.
Yeah,
yeah. I have Spectrum.
Okay, so Spectrum. So you sign on to your account using Spectrum. So go on there, like if you had to pay the bill. So
yeah,
basically you download HBO Go or Showtime. I think it's Showtime Anytime.
Yeah. And
they just want you to log in
to your account.
Your Spectrum account, and then you get everything.
Yeah, I've done that before with other apps like ESPN or TNT.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So HBO and Showtime are the same thing, and then you can go back and watch. You can start at Powers 1, and watch it from there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Go to On Demand or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And check it out. Power 50 Cent.
50.
50 Cent. Well, speaking of 50 in music.
Yeah, I went back and looked. I with your suggestion last week that Tiana Taylor, right?
Yeah, Tiana Taylor. TT.
Yeah, yeah. She had one that wasn't on that album that you suggested. I think it might have been like one of her first or second one. I can't remember the name, but I really liked her stuff, man. I wasn't thinking I would. And it totally had that vibe that you said, that Erykah Badu vibe, and
like Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, kind of.
Or Lauryn Hill, yeah. I'm sorry, Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
But I really liked her vibe. I liked the R&B. I liked her style. She sang really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I googled her, man. She's an attractive woman too.
Yeah, she got a body yachty.
Yeah, she does. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, is she dating some
married,
baller?
She's married. I believe she's married to him. His name is Iman Shumpert. He did play for the Knicks. I think that's where they met, and then he went to Cleveland, played for LeBron. For a couple years or so, and now he's in Sacramento. I think he's in Sacramento now.
Okay.
He got traded last season. So yeah, he's an NBA player.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an NBA player. But no, I've been following her for a couple years now, hearing things here and there. But this is like her first, debut album.
Good for her.
And Kanye did a great job with her.
I thought he did. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job in the sound and how she's saying. I was like, okay, this is what I like.
Yeah. Now, if Kanye can only do that for himself,
that's the problem,
George.
Yeah, I like I said, after the Graduation album, I got been turned off to Kanye. His albums has been, I don't know, it's just not the sound I want to hear from him.
See, I always hear that from people. They always say like, it's not the Kanye that I knew, but I don't know. I don't even think I've ever even heard the Freshman album.
The College Dropout was his first one.
I've never listened to that.
And then it was Late Registration.
Yeah,
dope one. And then it was Graduation.
I don't think I ever really heard anything outside of his hits. I've never gone back. So
I mean, you can go. Those first three albums are legit good hip hop albums.
Yeah, I don't know if I wasn't listening to hip hop then at that time, or what. Because
you probably were. His first album came out in 2004. So, first album 2004. The next one probably came out 2005 or 6, and I think that Graduation one came out like 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, like I always say about Kanye, he ain't been the same since his mom passed away. I think his mom kept him in line. Just something about having your mother. They had a very close relationship, he kept him grounded. And I think her not being there, kind of, he just, he's. I mean, he experiments. He does things his way. I mean, some stuff can be good. It's just my opinion. I don't dig it. I'm tired of people calling him a genius. I mean, he is a good hip hop producer when he produces other people, but when he tries to be all creative on his own stuff, I ain't feeling it, mate. I ain't feeling it, B. I ain't feeling it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just never went to listen to it. I've always heard, those albums were great, and he's never been the same. And I think I was more at that time. At probably 04, 03, I was more like underground hip hop.
Okay, I got you.
That's why I say I don't think I was listening to like hip hop.
Yeah, no.
I went away for a little bit to just mainstream.
You got lost or what?
Yeah. I went under the bridge. I've always loved underground hip hop. It's always been something that I've loved. But I think at that point in time, I kind of steered away from mainstream for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then I slowly kind of came back, and I couldn't even name. And nowadays, I don't even think anybody's really underground. I think with the internet and everything nowadays, everybody's somebody if you have enough audience.
Yeah, you can find underground artists anywhere because they can post to SoundCloud and YouTube, and you can hear them anywhere. It's those, like back in the day, it would be like Oh, you heard about such and such? No, who the hell is that? Oh, you gotta come watch a show. That's the
Yeah.
only way you would hear from them if you would go to a show.
Yep.
And then if you dig them, then you might, if they're selling like a CD or tape back in the day at the show, then you can, cop their music and probably listen to them. It was much harder. Like they're really underground back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just like, click, click. Oh, I can hear your music. So yeah.
Yeah, so I would listen to that, and then today I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about this YouTube channel called Brass Against.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what it is they take like an orchestra band and string quartets and stuff like that, and it seemed like a lot of them were Rage Against Machine songs.
Oh, okay.
So that was really cool, and they have a singer. This girl can sing, man. I want to keep on watching, and maybe even see if they're a group by themselves or if she's somewhere by herself. I'd like to try to follow her. She sung really well, and she was doing some good rage, had some emotion in her voice, everything. So I wanted to see that. That was really good. Cool. So check them out. That was really cool. Brass Against.
Brass Against. Did you ever watch that Nas with the orchestra?
No, I need to. Yes,
that was super dope, man. That was super dope, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, playing the orchestra, playing that Illmatic whole album songs. I was like, oh wow, this is.
I'll listen to that tonight for sure. Yeah. I'm always sitting on YouTube. I'm like you. I'm on YouTube.
Yeah.
All the time. Like I watched another one on YouTube. I meant to send it to you. What did they call that? The 5 finger.
Oh, Five Fingers of Death.
Yeah, there was a girl. There was a girl that was on it.
Mm-hmm.
She was from, I think, Wildin' Out. She's like a redhead.
Oh, the white chick.
Yeah.
I saw the video, but I think I scrolled through because I subscribed to Sway in the Morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't click the video to actually hear her rap. I didn't know. I mean, because she's on Wild 'N Out, they have to rap on there.
Yeah, and what I thought was really cool was like you can see some of those, and I mean the 5 Fingers like supposed to show you like, hey, like they're going off the dome because he's throwing something at them, because a lot of guys you hear them in freestyles, and if you go and dig an old album of theirs, you can hear some of those songs or a feature somewhere, you hear them rap that style or that same lyrics,
Yeah.
And you can tell, I'm like, oh man, like there's this guy I really like right now, JID.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, that guy's got so much talent. I think he's one of the best out there right now. Like young kid coming out. He did a couple freestyles, and then I started digging back in some of his stuff, and I was listening to some of his albums or features, and then I'm like, wait, he spit that in a freestyle, and I kind of lost a little bit of respect for him, a little bit, but that's hard. Freestyle is a completely different thing than an artist, or somebody that can write,
Yeah, well, they do that a lot though.
Yeah,
rappers. Not everything is off the dome on freestyles, but regardless, sometimes it's just dope at the time. It's like, good lord, it might be a verse. It might be a verse from a song that they never released, and it's written. But how are you gonna never know if they never released that song
out there?
Yeah. So.
And then he does, like, there's 2 of them that he does, and both of them are with JID. I'm like, man, but this girl, she does it, man. And I know a lot of rappers don't want to do that 5 finger. What's it called? 5 finger challenge.
5 Fingers of Death.
5 Fingers of Death. A lot of them stay away from that. I respect her for going there and doing it, and they fuck with her. They really fuck with her. They mess with the beat.
Yeah. They
slow it down really slow, and you can see she hangs, and she even talks about them doing that to her,
Yeah.
And, she's not the greatest, but I give her props for hanging in there. I give her mad props, and you can totally tell some of this stuff is, of course, it's right off the top of the head, but she was kind of good, I'm like, all right, cool. I give you respect. I didn't know anything about her. I just seen it, and I'm like, I'm gonna click on this.
Oh yeah, I seen I've seen her on Wild 'N Out, and to be on that show, you do have to have some like off the dome, because they have this one part of the show where they go back, and the red and the black team, they go back.
Yeah, the very end, right?
Clowning each other.
Yeah, I love that.
So, I don't know if he's been on YouTube forever. Timothy De La Ghetto, little Asian dude.
Yeah.
Well, he kills. He's still on there. He kills it on there. Like sometimes I'm like, damn, he actually came up with that, like just like that, like boom. I'm like, wow, this guy. It's funny though.
Yeah, the good thing, the one thing you do know is like the characters that are there. They're sitting there. They're seeing those same characters over and over again. So it's like me and you and Brian, and we're sitting there. We could probably make fun of each other, if we really wanted to, because after a while we learned about stuff about you. So it's not always.
That's true.
So that's one thing. But when it's the guests, though, and they do go at them, that's when they got talent because they sit there. But, who knows? Maybe they have time to write it. But anyways, that show, I love that part about that show.
Yeah, that's a dope
remember
part.
They used to have snap battles?
Snap battles?
Have something on, was it O Snap? I know there's a book called Snaps.
I'm not sure.
But they used to have battles where they used to bag on each other, and it was like that too. I think that's kind of where it came from. It was like a old YouTube thing too.
Okay. Remember Yo Mama?
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Was it Vilmer?
Yeah.
That shit was funny. Some of it was corny, but some of it was funny though.
But that just always reminds me of like. I had a guy named Cedric in my high school that's all he used to do. He would just come up with the stupidest things.
Yeah.
But they would be the most funniest things, because he's just sitting there. We'd all just be sitting at the curb. And it was almost like a Don Rickles thing, You kind of just sat there and you kind of wanted to get made fun of by Cedric.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah, so it was always fun. We just sit back there and just laugh, But it was the stupidest things sometimes, Sometimes you come up with something funny and then all the other times it was retarded,
Yeah. Nah, that's cool though. But for me, what I've been bumping, you know what? When you have a lot of followers on social media, and you come across some music, and you actually post that person, like, hey, check out such and such.
Yeah,
that actually goes a long way, because I follow some guy, he does like funny little videos on Instagram.
Okay.
And he has music in the background, but he actually, in his description, he'll post what the song is. So it was some guy named E.Jones, and all it said was Deadstock Volume 2. And I was like, oh, I kind of like the beat. It was just the beat. It was like, there was nobody rapping or whatever on it. Yeah. So I was like, damn, that's a good groove. So let me check it out. So I went to check it out. So all the albums, start playing it, and it's just hip hop grooves and vibes and just beats, and it's not, nobody's even rapping on it or nothing. Like he's sampling songs we know, like if from back in the day or even 90s or whatever.
See, that's
mixing
cool.
them in. Yeah, he's mixing them in. Like he had a Tony song, and I was like, oh, and he kind of flipped it. And I was like, "Oh shit! Now this is dope right here. I like this. This
is it on Google Music?
Yeah, it's on Google Music.
I'm gonna listen to it.
His name is E.Jones, and it's the albums is Deadstock Volume 1, and then there's Deadstock Volume 2.
So when you say he's sampling, like say that Tony, is he like just grabbing a part of it and making his own beat, or is he letting that whole instrumental play?
No, he's grabbing little. Okay. He's grabbing parts of the song. And then he's using his own drums, and he's adding other stuff like that. But it's just like somebody like me who dabbles in producing music. I listen to beat tapes. I like beat tapes. I have a lot of Jay Dilla beat tapes.
Yeah,
a lot. And I don't need lyrics. If it has a good groove, good beat, I'll listen to it. So this is pretty much what the album's all about. It's just different beats, and it had me freestyling on the way from work today.
Nice. You got one of those, man. You know it's good.
Hell
when you're
yeah.
like, oh, and next thing you know, you're going. Yeah, no, that's so funny you say that. That happens to me too. If I hear, even sometimes if they got lyrics, if it's got a good beat there, he doesn't come out real fast. I'm doing that.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, so I was in the groove. Even though I suck at freestyling, I cannot freestyle. I mean, I try, but I'm pretty garbage.
I have a whole playlist that's just that. Sometimes it's hip hop beats. Sometimes it's a little bit more electronic, slower stuff. But yeah, I have a whole thing called Good Vibes, or sometimes it's just jazzy but it's like upbeat, not just jazz, But yeah, I have a whole playlist that I love those things, so I'm gonna listen to this guy.
Yeah, no, you definitely. Yeah, I told Brian about him a couple weeks back, and told me, hey, you gotta check this out. It's just beats, it's just vibes, it's just I was loving it. I was like, shit.
Okay.
Like I like this stuff.
Yeah, there's another guy that does. It doesn't sound like he's doing what E.Jones is doing, but it's a guy by the name of DJ Lobster Dust, and what he does is he does the mashups.
Oh, okay.
And then he was doing mashups to me before I even knew what a mashup was. Yeah. Or before it even had a word to it, that I knew of. Now it's like this big thing, but like, man, he was doing some of these ones that I loved them, man. Like, we'll be sitting at a party or something, I got control of the speaker, and I like to throw those on because sometimes people are like, wait, what? That's, like, he has one, he's like, that's Iron Maiden. Yeah. But that's with Bob Marley.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm like, whoa, like, wait, no, that's weird. It's like Exodus with like, I can't remember what Iron Maiden song it is, but it just sounds so cool, Yeah. I like those types of things like that. Yeah, I was thinking that same thing. I'm like, why aren't people like, why aren't producers like sampling stuff that's like recent? Like, why does it always have to be like oldies? I don't mind them, don't get me wrong, but like, why not grab something like you're saying the 90s and stuff like that and bring it back, Oh,
no, they do. Now they do because it's so much older now.
Yeah, I guess that's...
Yeah, I follow this guy on YouTube who posts like songs. He'll say like 90s songs that are sampled like in hip-hop. And then he'll play the original and then the actual song. He'll do for the 90s, he'll do for the 2000s and 2010s.
Oh, so it's kind of like on the wax.
Yeah, so he'll be like, it pretty much he'll show the video, they'll show the song, and then boom, they'll bump to the one that they remade. And so when I was listening to the 2010s one, they were sampling stuff from like 2000s, the 90s. I mean, still 70s, 80s a little bit, but most of it was like 90s, 2000s.
Okay.
That they were sampling stuff from. And like just some crazy stuff they sample from. Like, you were like, where the hell did they find that from? And they sample that, but it made a good beat.
Yeah.
You can find samples from anything.
Oh yeah.
Anything. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. But picks.
Yes, about that time.
Picks for the week. For me, I have a hard time sometimes sleeping, and so I sleep with my headphones on a lot. And so I play rain sounds when I'm sleeping on YouTube. And this is one good channel that I follow, and it's actually live 24/7.
Oh wow!
So it's like live. It says it's live, but it's just like gentle rain sounds. No thunder, because sometimes thunder can wake your ass up. He'd be like,
make you jump out of bed.
Yeah, he'd be sleeping, all of a sudden, he'd be like, God damn.
4th of July?
4th of July. So, yeah, if people have a hard time sleeping, I mean, you don't even have to put headphones on, as long as you have some kind of radio or whatever you want to put it on. Just some good gentle rain sounds is good for sleeping. I like it. It knocks me out. I don't have to hear any outside noise. Or whatnot. I really had it on when Brian used to wake up extra early on the damn weekends, fucking vacuuming and shit, knowing damn well I'm trying to sleep. Yeah. So I really had my headphones going on back then. But yeah, people having problems sleeping, just find some rain sounds like on YouTube or whatnot, and put those headphones on and knock you out.
See, I gotta try to do that because I have a hard time sleeping too.
Yeah.
And I'll normally get like a book that I've normally tried to do a book that I've already read, so I don't get like interested in it too much, or if I doze off, I don't. But recently I've been doing books that I haven't read, and I'm end up staying up like longer because I like put a sleep timer on for like, I'll do a sleep timer for 30 minutes. Then it goes off, and I'm like interested in the book. I'm like, all right, let me do another 30 minutes. Next thing I know, it's like 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? So I'll have to try that Rain. That's kind of good. Laura does some of those ones too. She's like MSR. I can't remember the title, the abbreviation, but it's like even people just like whispering, talking, or they're like, oh yes,
oh hell no, they feel like some creepy ass shit going on.
No, it is, man. It is. They do ones with like kids talking or like people chewing on stuff.
Hell no.
And Laura will like do like something about like a kid reviewing something,
Yeah.
And like it's just like it'll put her to sleep, she'll do something like that. But
okay.
I'll have to look into that one because I've always heard about them.
Yeah.
Like the ocean breeze ones and stuff.
Ocean breeze, hear the ocean sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it helps, man.
All right, I might have to jump on that little pick.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, mine's we all have Google apps, or we all have different, or not all of us are on Google, but if you're on Google, they have like different things you can pay for, or you can, if you're a video gamer or certain apps that cost money and stuff, but they have this thing called Google Option Rewards where we know Google, Apple, everybody's kind of tracking us to begin with, but
of course.
Yeah. But if you allow them, what they do is they ask you questions. And basically it's pretty much mostly where you've been, kind of thing. Like, so like, every now and then this app, it'll pop up and say, take a survey.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a survey and it'll be like, well, did you go into A, B, C, or D, and it's basically just doing whatever stores were around if I went into a store. So, and then it'll like, let's just say it'll be CVS, for example. And then CVS, I like go into CVS and they say, well, did you pay with a credit card, debit card, cash, or did not make a payment? Or, did not make a transaction or whatever. And then you just answer, and it gives you like 20 cents, 30 cents every single time. So every now and then I'll get up to like $10, and I'll like buy a movie, I'll buy like an app, or, I'll just buy stuff and I just keep on using it. So, a little way to save money. I mean, granted, I already know they're tracking me, so I'm not really too scared, but it is kind of weird, some of the things they ask me. Yeah, I'm like, how the hell they know I was there? But I'm like, oh yeah, I'm carrying this GPS in my pocket,
That's true. I would have been like, I robbed the motherfucking store.
Yeah, I got that.
I got that. You didn't get that.
I don't need your 30 cents.
I got that 30,000 out the bank. No, it's fine.
Yeah, but it's something simple, that I use that it like, like today this weekend I bought, God, it's 4th of July. It's got me jacked up. I'm thinking it's the weekend.
I know, huh?
Yeah. Anyways, a couple days ago I bought Ready Player One. So now I used like $10 of it was all this reward questions, So it ended up costing me $6 to get like a $16 movie,
Nice.
Yeah, so that's really, we're all trying to save a buck here and there.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
No, I got you. Well, damn. Episode 16 is done.
Yeah.
It's done, son. That's done, but
sign, seal, deliver.
Sign, seal, deliver. Stevie Wonder. No, it's fine.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for episode 16. You know what? I don't want to tell people, but hey, if you listen to the podcast, you love it, share it. Share the love about B.M.B. podcast. Yes. Please, just at least even just tell somebody that that might like it or might be interested in it. Just let them know, hey, listen to these people. Yeah. We want some new viewers and just to kind of see what kind of different people like it though. But
or give us your opinion on what we should change, what you like.
Yeah, do all that, and once again, we're gonna cross our fingers and pray that Brian will be back next episode.
Brian.
And see what goes on. But
we'll read the chicken bones.
Yeah, chicken bones. But thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next episode.
Yep. See ya.
Peace out. Subscribe to B&B Podcast on iTunes to listen, comment, and review. And you can also listen on YouTube and podbean.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at B&B Podcast 3, and also on our Facebook fan page where you can vote on polls and stay up to date on future podcast episodes.